We're going to be using some of the knowledge that we've gained from previously. So Nick started driving to the airport at 12:30. He took an hour and 10 minutes to drive to the airport. What time did he reach the airport? You can even go sideways or downwards. I've been going downwards for the ones that I feel are a little bit easier like this. We know exactly how far in the future we go, which as a result, I've only got to go a couple of steps. So it's going to be fairly easy. I'll do minutes first. I had 10 minutes to 12:30, which of course get me 12:40. So I've done the minutes part. Now I've just got to do the 1 hour. Add 1 hour to 12:40. There's my hours. Adding 1 to that will be 13:40, which hopefully we remember from before is going to be 1:40 p.m. So that is the time that he reached the airport. Any of those answers will be fine. Given that it is in 12-hour time because it doesn't have AM PM, 24-hour time is perfectly fine, perfectly suitable. You give your answers in what the question is using, unless it asks you to tell different, I guess. Anyways, Susan began work 18:55, took 3 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm adding 3 hours and 15 to this. Add my 15 minutes first. If I add 5 minutes, that will make it 19 o'clock. If I add another 10 minutes, that makes it 19:10. So I just did it in 2 lots. If you need to do it in pieces, then do it in pieces. There's 5 of my minutes, there's 10 of my minutes. Whether you do it in 1 step or 2, the result is the same. You'll still have 3 hours to add because I've done my 15 minutes. I now just need to do the 3 hours. 3 hours plus 19:10 will be 22:10. Exactly the same, no matter which way you decided to do it. 22:10 is your answer. Next, 4 hours and 30 every morning. Opens at 6:45. What does it close? Opens at 6:45. Have to add 4 hours and 30. Adding 30 minutes. That will get me 7:15. Like I said, you could do it in 2 parts. Add 15 to get it to 7 o'clock. Add another 15 to get it to 7:15. Doesn't make a difference. Then I've done my minutes. Got to add my hours. Adding 4 hours. That will be 11:15. Hopefully that's easy enough. Alright, next page. So, again, some confusing methods at times. Hopefully this will focus in a little bit. Looks a bit blurry. Okay, we're there. Okay, 4 hours before 18:40. 18 take 4 is 14. It'll be 14:40. Just like it shows over here. 4 hours, 14:40. So he started painting the room at 14:40. Exactly what method 1 showed. Use whichever method you're comfortable with. This is about finding the start time. Okay, so looking at the diagram, how many hours from 12:45 to 10:45? There's 2 of them. And because it goes for 2 hours and 15, we've done the hours, now they've got to do the minutes. There's going to be 15 minutes. 2 hours before 12:45 is 10:45. 15 minutes before 10:45. You just need to take 15 away from the minutes. 15. When you take 15 away from 45, you get 30. For method 2, again, let's see if we can fill some gaps in. 45 and 00. The gap is 45 minutes between those. 12 o'clock and 11 o'clock. How many hours difference between 12 and 11? 1. 12 take 11 equals 1. Next, you've got 11 o'clock and something else. You need to use 2 hours and 15 minutes in total. You've used 1 hour and 45 to get from the difference between them. It's going to be 30 because 15 minutes on top of an hour and 45 will give you 2 hours, and then it'll take another 15 minutes to get to 2 o'clock. Sounds a bit weird, but it's not too bad. But this method 2 is probably a little bit worse than method 1 a lot of the time. So that's going to be 30 minutes there. So now what it's saying is going through all the steps. The first step was 45 minutes before 12:45 is 12 o'clock. Next, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Take away 45 minutes, because that's the first thing we're taking, is going to get you... Okay, so again, we're going to do the same thing as what they did earlier. Can't take 45 from 15, so they are going to change 2 hours and 15 into 1 hour and then adding 60 to this. This is just what they want in the book. This is not what I would suggest. That's what they're asking. Getting rid of 1 hour from 2 to 1, adding the 60 minutes of that hour over here. Regrouping. So that is 1 hour and 75 minutes. Take away your 45. And then when you've got that 45, now it's a lot easier. 75 take 45 will be 35. Our hour is still there. 1 hour before 12 o'clock is of course 11 o'clock. 30 minutes before 11 o'clock will of course be 10:30. Oh, sorry, before 11 o'clock, because 10:30. The tennis match started at 10:30. Hopefully that is easy enough so far. Okay, working down. Carpenter took an hour and 40 minutes to make a table. If he finished making the table at 10:55, when did he start? So I've just got to take an hour and 40 off my 10:55. Take my minutes off first. 10:55, take 40, be 10:15. Take away an hour, we'll get you 9:15. Easy. Over here, Jill's birthday party lasted 5 hours and 15 minutes. It ended at 20:30. What time did it start? So 20:30, got to get rid of 5 hours and 15. Let's get rid of the 15 minutes first. 30 take 15 will be 20:15. Then I've got to get rid of my 5 hours. So get rid of 5 hours. So take 5 from that. So 15:15. Next one, 3 hours and 20 minutes to be taken from 17:10. 17:10, take away 20 minutes first. So you can do it in one lot to get down to 16:50. Or you can take 10 minutes first to get down to an o'clock and another 10. Get 16:50. Just got to make sure that you're taking, both times you're taking out 20. See, that's 20. This 10 plus 10, that's 20. The amount that you take needs to be equal to what they're asking. From there, take away 3 hours, gets you 13:50. Because 16 take 3 hours, of course, will be 13:50. Part 4. The concert lasted 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I've got to take 2 hours and 50 minutes from 23:15. So I'm going to take 50 minutes off. So again, you go in one go. To take off 50, you'll get 22:25. If you want to do it in 2 goes, it's like this. Take away 15 first to get my o'clock. Then how much do I have to get rid of? I've got to take away 50 minutes. I've taken away 15. So how much more do I need to get rid of? 50 take 15 will be 35. So that means I've still got another 35 left to take. 60 take 35 will be 25. So it'll be 22:25. Whether you do 2 steps or 1, doesn't matter at all. Do what you're most comfortable with. Then we've got to take 2 hours off, because that's what it says in the question. We've done the minutes, it's time for the hours. 22:25, take away the 2, be 20:25. Alright, so only a couple of pages left. Okay, this one, party went for 5 hours and 30 minutes. 5 hours and 30 minutes, tells us the answer there. Down here, The gap between 6 o'clock and 6:45 is, of course, 45 minutes. 45 take 0 is going to be 45. The gap between midnight, which is the start of a new day, 0000 is midnight, start of a new day. From 0 hours to 6 hours will be 6 hours gap. And the gap between 0000 and quarter past will be 45 minutes. You know that because you could do 60, take 15, and that's what it will get you. 45 will be your answer. And now the working out. Minutes plus hours plus minutes. Look up here, there's minutes, 45. Look up there, there's hours, 6. Look over there, there's 45. Just adding them together. 6 hours plus 45 plus 45. 45 plus 45 will give you 90. And then you just need to change what was 90 minutes into 1 hour and 30 minutes. And you know how to do that by taking away what 60 minutes worth. If I take away 60 from this, that means my hours go up by 1 and my minutes will have gone down by 60. 1 hour and 30 equals 90 minutes. Might as well put an M there. So I have to add that hour and 30 to my 6 hours. An hour and 6 hours will give 7 hours, 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes. Slept for 7 hours and 30 minutes. Emma watched a movie from 22:45 to 20 past midnight the next day. How long was the movie? So I'm trying to get down to 22:45. First up, I want to get to my nearest hour. So it's going to be 20 minutes to get down to midnight. Then I'm going to go down another hour. Oh, actually, no, we'll stick with the minutes because I want to have the minutes the same. So to get 45, I've got to take away another 15 minutes. 60 take 15, or 60 take 45 is 15. So there's 15 minutes more to take. 23 is the hour before your 000, because that means 11 o'clock or thereabouts at night. And you'll know that because it's 11 plus 12 is 23. So I've gone 35 minutes, and then I've got to take another hour to go from 23:45 to 22:45. So just got to add all these things up. 1 hour, 20 plus 15, of course, it's 35 minutes. Number 2, train left at 22:25, arrived at 2:40. How long did it take? So I've got to go 2:40, get back to 22:25. So we want to get to 25. So to get from 40 to 25, I've got to take 15 minutes. So I've got to take 15 to get to 25. And that will be 2:25. And then from 10 at night to 2 in the morning, you can count it up by lots if you wish. So actually, I'll just leave it how it is. 22:25. If I add an hour, it'll be 23:25. Add another hour, be 25 past midnight. Add another hour, the hour goes up by 1. Add another hour, it goes up again to where we need it to be, the 2:25. So as we can see, we have added 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. It's a 4-hour gap. So if we add our 4 hours plus our 15 minutes, the answer will be 4 hours and 15 minutes. Last one. What's the difference between 4:35 and 20:10? How far from 20:10 to 4:35? So I want to have the minutes the same. So to get from 10 to 35, I've got to add 25 minutes. Because 35 take 10 will of course be 25. So that will get me 20:35. then it's just about how many hours will it take for you to get from 20 to 4. 1 will get me 21, 2 will get me 22, 3 will get me 23, 4 will get me 12, so as in midnight, 5 will get me to 1 in the morning, 6 will get me to 2 in the morning, 7 will get me to 3 in the morning, 8 will get me to 4 in the morning. So it'll be 8 hours to get there. So you just add your 8 hours and your 25 minutes. It's 8 hours and 25 minutes. Alright, nearly done. You can smell the finish line. Alright, this gives us the answer. The bus arrived in Rockhampton 6 hours and 45 minutes after midnight, which means it'll be at 6:45. 2 zeros for the 24-hour time. This is finding end time evolving 2 days. This is telling us how long things are, so we just really got to add things up. To go from 35 to o'clock, it's going to be 25 minutes. Go from 23 o'clock to the 24th hour, it's going to be 1 hour. And we've got an hour and 25 minutes. So now we need to take away this hour and 25 from this. Okay, that is an hour and 25 minutes. The whole thing is 3 hours 50 minutes. In between my fingers will be 3 hours. Take away that 125. 3 hours take 1 hour is 2 hours. 50 take 25 is 25. This one's easy to do because the amount that you're taking is less than the amount of minutes you have. So we don't have to regroup in weird ways like we've seen before. Megan arrived at her destination 2 hours and 25 minutes after midnight. That's what this area is, 2 hours and 25 between the fingers. So 2 hours and 25 minutes after midnight will of course be 2:25. Alright, solve the word problems. So we're adding 10:30 to 19:30. Here's 19:30. I'll add my minutes first. Add 30 minutes. That gives me 20 o'clock. Add 10 hours, because that's what it says. Add another 10 hours. So that's 8 PM at night. Next will be 9 PM. That's 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour, 7 hour, 8 hour, 9 hour, 10 hour. That'll be 6 in the morning. Now you can do this in two steps, this part, if you wanted to. I could have done 4 hours. 4 hours to get me to midnight, and then I would have known that there's 6 hours left to go, and that would have got me to 6 in the morning. You could have done it that way if you wanted. It's perfectly fine, because the 4 hours and the 6 hours is the same as 10 hours. Do as many steps as you need to, so then you understand what you're doing. Alright, question 2. Train left at 23:50. Took 2 hours and 20. We'll do 20 minutes first. 10 minutes plus this will give me midnight, plus another 10 to make 20 in total will be 10 past midnight. And then I've got to add my 2 hours. Adding 2 hours to this will give me 10 past. So, by the way, just to further explain, once you've added your hours and your minutes, that's the whole question done. That is your correct answer. Up here, this is your correct answer. His shift ended at 6 o'clock in the morning. But again, if you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. That's what they're there for. Okay, taxi driver started work at 20:15 and worked... Getting this to focus. It's 15 and worked for 5 hours and 30. What time did he finish work? I'm adding 5:30 to 2015. 2015 plus 30 going to be 20:45 because I've added 30 minutes to the 15. Then I'm adding 5 hours. 20:45 plus 5 hours. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour. Hopefully that is easy enough. Okay, last 3 pages. Okay, the marathon started at 22:30. It's a very late night start for a marathon. And the other way of doing it, 5 hours 25. And what are we doing with this one? So Jenny took 5 hours and 25 minutes. She reached Burrell Lake at 4:05. What time did she leave Sydney? So between these two, we can tell midnight and 4:05. That's definitely 4 hours and 5 minutes. So 4 hours and 5 minutes before 4:05 is midnight. 5 hours and 25. Take the 4 hours and 5 minutes. Will give us what's left, and that will go up here. So 5 hours take 4 hours will be 1 hour. 25 minutes take 5 will be 20. Okay, so and then continuing on, we got 1 hour and 20, 1 hour and 20, and 1 hour and 20 minutes before midnight is going to be our answer. If you take 20 minutes from midnight, it will get you that. I'll just move it across so we can see it better. If I take 20 minutes, it will get this. If I take away another hour, because it's an hour and 20 minutes I'm taking, it's both these things, that'll get me 22:40. So that's the time that she left Sydney. And this thing that we calculated here, that's what goes there. Because it's an hour and 20 minutes, which is this section here, between my finger and pen, that section is 4 hours and 5 minutes. Put a 0 if that makes it easier. Gee, doesn't really need it. Alright, very last page. Hopefully we've been hanging in there. A soldier spent 3 hours 40 minutes before he took his first break at 2 o'clock. What time did he start his duty? So, I've got to do 3 hours, and I'm just going to go change something. I'll be back in a second. So I've got to take away 3 hours and 40 minutes from 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock, sorry about that scribble. 2 o'clock, take away 40 minutes first. Be 0120. Take away my 3 hours. 3 hours, like it says there. Take away 1 and it gets me to... Actually, you know what? Let's do it. You've got to take away 3 hours. Let's take it one at a time. If I take away 1 hour, it's 20 minutes past midnight. Take away another hour. That's going to be 23:20. Take away another hour. It's going to be 22:20. You can do it in as many steps as you need to for you to get the right answer. The 22:20 is the time he started his duty. Printer takes 3 hours 30 and it finished at 3:10. What time did it start? So I've got 3:10 in the morning and I'm taking away 30 minutes first. So if I take away 30 from that, it will get me 2:40 in the morning. That's 30 minutes. That's what I've taken away. I now need to take 3 hours. So again, I'll do it in bits. If I take away 1 hour, it gets me 1:40. Take away another hour, it gets me to 0:40. Keep the 24-hour time, by the way. And then if I take away another hour, I'll get 23:40. That's the answer. Take away my 3 hours and my 30 minutes. You should be able to realize it's going to take you to a different day because this is only 3 hours and 10 minutes in the morning it's telling you that it started 3 hours and 30 minutes before that. So it must be before midnight, because that is more than this is after midnight. Very last question. Sam took a party. It took an hour and 10 minutes, but it got there at 0:45. So we just need to take an hour and 10 minutes away from this. Take 10 minutes away. 00:35. Take an hour away. And because it's an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. Taking an hour away from the 24th hour will get you the 23rd hour. So that's the answer. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. If not, well, either way, you can just leave comments below, and I'll be able to help you further if you require it. Yeah, hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you next time.